what you would get in college, because that's what I got in college. So, another side of the story. What do you think?
So you think Ben Costner's way off base?
I think that he would be off my base.
But
apparently he's a very conservative guy, and he
why
buys
don't you give a little
into
background from the story? Why don't you read a little background from the story?
Fox News contributor thinks a new framework for the advanced placement U.S. history courses will cause students to go sign up with ISIS. Quotes.
I'm posting it on Facebook right now, too.
I posted it. You don't see it mine?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to okay.
Yeah.
When speaking at the Center for Security Policy's National Security Action Summit, Security Policy's National Security Action Summit. What the heck is that? This week, Ben Carson, an author, retired neurosurgeon who provides commentary on Fox News, implied that the College Board's new course framework has an anti-American bias. Over the past few months, conservatives have rallied against the course's new framework, saying it shines an overly harsh light on American history and leaves out information about important historical figures. In August, the Republican National Committee adopted a resolution calling for a push against the course, claiming it deliberately distorts and or edits out important historical events. Carson, who says he would likely run for president in 2016, apparently agrees with the RNC resolution.
That's Republican National Congress, right?
Committee.
Republican National Congress.
There are only 2 paragraphs in there about George Washington. Little or not, we just read that. Okay. He continued, I think most people, when they finish that course, we read that. In recent weeks, controversy surrounding the course has gained increased national attention as hundreds of students from the Jefferson County School District in Colorado have staged ongoing protests after a conservative school board member proposed forming committees to review the course and make sure it properly promotes patriotism. Teachers in the district have also participated in numerous sick-outs where large groups called in sick to protest the proposal. So here's one question. Should curriculums promote patriotism, Ansel?
Why not? I mean, think about it. If you're going to talk about U.S. history, right? And you're going to talk about George Washington, and you're not going to talk about Martin Luther King?
No, that's not what they're saying. They're saying he doesn't talk enough about George Washington or Martin Luther King, but he does.
Well, no, but there is something about, there's 2 paragraphs about George Washington, and there's a little of nothing about Martin Luther King. At least there's still something about George Washington.
Oh, so you're just, but you got the concept in general.
Yeah, I got the concept.
So you believe that there should be more information on George Washington.
I don't know if there should be more information on George Washington.
And more information on Martin Luther King.
Yeah. There could be more information on both of them.
While
you at it, why don't you get Malcolm X in there as well?
Well, yeah, I mean, there might be more on Malcolm X than there is on Martin Luther King. I mean, I haven't seen the curriculum. We could just Google that if you'd like.
So let's get more on Malcolm X in there.
Well, I'm sure it doesn't, have just individuals. It's not all about individuals. Most AP classes are about conceptual thinking. Very few questions are related directly about people and history. It's a concept. So if it's the civil rights movement and, how it
I could see where this guy coming from. A whole section on slavery and how evil we are. A whole section on Japanese internment camps and how we slaughtered millions of Japanese with our bombs.
I like how he says we. I didn't do that.
Americans.
Okay, well.
Are you American?
I am a citizen of the United States.
Yeah, so you
Are you an American?
Yes,
that's
I'm
right.
American.
You have dual
I'm
citizenship.
American.
Okay.
I'm as American as you are. I pay taxes just like you do.
That doesn't. Okay. At any rate.
So why you want to just skip that? Why you want to just?
I'm going to keep going into this. However,
if I'm American, I'm American.
The College Board has repeatedly denied the course belittles American history. Authors of the new framework, a group of professors and teachers, have said it is intentionally broad, so local districts have some freedom over instruction. They also
how broad can it be with little or nothing about Martin Luther King? Let's be honest.
Well, I don't think we should dog out the curriculum until we see it. So you can Google that right now if you'd like.
What is the curriculum? What is it?
Just Google College Board U.S. History.
College Board U.S. History?
Yeah, and while you're doing that, let me
Okay.
finish. They also said the new framework did not the new framework does not refer to specific historical leaders because teachers have always understood the need to teach them. I'm sorry, it's my glasses right now. We had 2 key goals for the project. One was that the course meet the expectation of college and university history departments so that the hard work of AP students on the AP exam will continue to be rewarded with college credit and placement, says a recent open letter written by a framework author. The other was that the course and exam allow teachers to go in depth about the most significant concepts of the course. So these are always about concepts. It's not about individuals. And history is always or generally been taught to us in the framework of an individual rather than the concept of what that individual was doing.
So do you think being all-inclusive is important? If you're going to talk about U.S. history?
What I'm saying is...
You could be selective rather than all-inclusive?
I don't understand your question.
What do you mean you don't understand the question?
I don't understand your question.
If you're going to speak about U.S. history...
You're making me tired already, but go ahead.
If you're going to speak about U.S. history,
yes,
you cannot be exclusive. You have to be inclusive. Okay? You just can't speak about certain things and leave other things out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and unfortunately, you're going to have to reconfigure all of this because you've got this computer, and I didn't bring all of those in here with me.
So hold up. No.
I'm trying to get to the curriculum itself.
Okay. So what we are basically trying to do here is look at this AP U.S. history curriculum that Ben Carson is talking about, and I guess read some of the information in this curriculum because it appears to me that
so here you have the introduction. It's the framework of the curriculum, and this is cool. But I would like in those kind of paragraphs with those subheadings. What does that subheading say right there?
The concept outline, section
okay, so
3.
it's conceptual framework,
Yeah.
which is great.
She's an AP teacher. That's why she can.
No, I mean I'm a teacher, and this is
AP
how
US history
historical
course
thinking skills. So look at this. This is how they want you. I'm reading from the side here because this computer's not in front of me. Historical thinking skills. So there are certain ways of thinking and doing analysis of some historical event. But I want to get to, and they give you different skills that they want you to be able to have. So you should be able to take a document, if you were talking about leaders in the civil rights movement, You should be able to take something on Martin Luther King, some seminal...
But where do they have, like, the paragraph where you read with this?
I'm trying to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Now, I know what mine looks like very well, but I'm trying to find theirs. But this curriculum has been redone. All right. Thematic learning objectives. What does that say?
The thematic learning objective. The contents learning objective for AP US History course and exam are organized under 7 themes, which are topics of historical inquiry to explore throughout the AP US History course. Identity, work exchange and technology, peopling. What the hell is peopling?
I guess probably how the population. It's more about demographics and how the United States is
politics
become
and
populated.
Power, America in the world, environment and geography, physical and human, ideas, belief and cultures.
Okay. Move it down. And you've got these learning objectives.
Let's do this. Let's do it like this. This will be easier.
But
no, I didn't want that. But I guess what we have to do, we have to basically look at it.
Yes, we should look at it.
Yeah, we should look at it and actually talk about it. Oh, here we go. The French Revolution. Here it is something right here. Oh, no. In response to domestic and international tension, the United States debated and formulated foreign policy initiative and asserted of international presence. A continued presence of European powers in North America challenged the United States to find ways to safeguard its borders, maintain neutral trading rights, and promote its economic interests. The French Revolution spread.
So,
yeah, we're gonna
the point is though that an AP in and itself is not a curriculum that is forced on anyone by the government. This is a independent organization, so It's up to you to teach that or not. So if you do not want your child in that class and to become, radicalized, I guess that's what they believe is going to happen to your child, then don't put your child in that class. You can't tell them what to expect.
So the College Board President, David Coleman, said, concerns about the framework are based on significant misunderstanding. After releasing a sample UP history exam to complement the new course framework, he wrote, people who are worried that AP US history students will not need to study our nation founders need only to take one look at this exam to see that our founders are resonant throughout.
The guy is really, and then they consider him a very radical guy, but he's an interesting guy.
Who's
Me,
that,
at least to
Ben
listen
Carson?
to. Yeah, no, the founder, not the founder, but the executive director of the College Board.
Oh, you guys had,
Oh, yeah, we've had drinks and everything.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh.
of course not. I mean, but when I heard him speak, I mean, I don't get impressed by that many people, and I was impressed by him.
You was impressed by him?
Yes, I am.
So you think he's trying to do the right thing?
Yes. Well, but it's not him. They said professors and teachers have decided what's important. So if you're a teacher of history and a student of history and a professor, so-called, then you know what you want your students to focus on. You know what the focus is. I mean, the kids...
So that AP US history, like they have that at Columbia High School?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. And
Maybe
it's open to all.
No, it's open to all?
Yes, it is open.
No, you can freely get into AP class at Columbia.
You can get into an AP language or a AP social science.
In Columbia?
Yes, you can.
Without having to take a test?
Without restrictions. From everything I understand.
Are you sure about that?
I could bet some more money on it because you already owe me about the noon and the midnight situation.
No, I'm not going
so
to
we
bet
could
on that,
double.
I'm not gonna
we can double or nothing. So now you're going to owe me $100 after I tell you this. And
I'm
we
not going
already
to bet on
bet
that because
$50.
I don't know. I don't know about that
Bet $50. Everyone heard that. So
$50?
wait a minute. At any rate, yes, it is open.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
but it's the science and the math at Columbia High School that is restricted.
Science and math.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that AP US history was open.
Well, I mean, if they'll do the spots now. I think I told you I met this guy at, what's her name's coming out. I'm running for the board party, and he was complaining about
Maloko?
No, he just had it. At any rate, and
But
this
listen-
guy was complaining that his son could not get into AP U.S. history, and he really likes history. And I said, well, does your son had any other AP classes? Well, he's had chemistry and this and that. I'm like, so what? He doesn't get into U.S. history, And this was a white guy. So, everybody feels that at some point somebody is trampling on infringing on their rights or their ability to learn.
No, do you no?
learning
Since you
options.
bought something up, do you want to talk that you with that board stuff that you wanted to run? You want to talk about that?
What, the fact that I wanted to run for an
Yeah,
office and
yeah.
didn't? Why are you doing
No, I'm
this
just
to
asking
me?
you. You don't have to talk about it if you don't. Want to,
Well, how are you going to bring it up?
No, no. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. I'm serious.
Oh, now I don't have to talk about something. You know what? You are just you're a mess. You're going to lose a co-host.
What do you mean?
And then we're going to see who your next victim is. Okay.
What do you mean by victim? But I just asked. You don't have to answer the question. You don't have to just say no. Like if you said to me, Anselm, do you want to talk about something at Seton Hall? I said no. I don't want to talk about that. And I move on. It's that simple. It's not that difficult.
It is difficult. It's a difficult thing for me, Anselm.
But no, I don't want you to talk about it.
Well,
It's
why are you
difficult.
trying to? If you know it's difficult, why are you bringing it up?
I asked the question.
See this.
You see.
Is it time for a commercial break?
No,
Because
it's
you
not
may
time for a
not come
commercial.
back.
But
We
listen to
may
this.
not
Listen
come
to
back
this.
after
And
this
listen to this.
commercial
Listen to this.
break.
You know what? Seriously, I don't want to.
Do you think I should have run, Anselm?
I think you should have run.
Okay, I think so too.
I really think you should have
And
run.
I missed out, and I did not have the counsel I needed in order to make that decision.
So you see, if you didn't come to the right, you didn't go to the right people.
You know what I said though?
What?
I said,
Wait, stop.
No.
If you don't want to talk about it,
No,
you don't
I'm
have
gonna
to
tell
talk
you what
about
I
it.
said. I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna talk about myself
You're gonna-
right now.
The views and opinions expressed by Marjorie is not necessarily